We are live again, Tuesday night live. Thanks everyone for joining us in the chat. We'll say g'day to a few people that have popped in already, and then we'll get cracking on today's subject. We do have to talk about something a little bit coming up as well, but we'll get to that shortly. We had some early birds over on Facebook, Mike, Megan, and Jody all dropping in.
Wow.
So thank you very much.
Facebook party.
Denny was first in on YouTube, so good to see you, Denny. Hope you are well and the family.
Yeah.
Mum's in the house. Thank you very much. Let us know if you guys can hear us by giving us a double thumb if you can see us and hear us.
Not just one.
Watch Adam is in the chat. Hello, everyone. Good to see you.
G'day.
Jesse Lee's here. Donna May. Michael is apparently not too well, so I hope you get better soon, mate.
Oh.
Hope there's nothing too
That's not
bad.
fun.
Robin's here. Good to see you,
Robin.
Robin. I had a little chat with Robin before we went live. It was really nice. Said she's got 101 things going on at the property. So
I don't doubt it.
said she was going to make it in tonight, which is awesome. VNV mode. Good to see you.
VNV
Thank you
mode.
for being here. Zach, what is up? Good to see you, man. It's good to see the guys over on the Dad's chat over on Flipper's channel.
Yeah,
the other
definitely.
night. So if you guys have missed that one, head over to Diary of a Flipper and check out the Reseller Dad's chat because that was an awesome
Pizza came
show.
just in time. That's
Perfect.
good news.
Wouldn't mind a slice, so say one for me if you would, Adam. That'd be great. Megan's here. Thank you very much. Up to Thrift. We'll try and catch up with everyone.
We're not the best at catching up with it, but we give it a go.
Diary of Flipper is here. G'day, Brad. Good to see you. Mossy is here as well. Captain Op Shop.
Yar.
Toby. That's a new name. Thank you for dropping in.
Don't try and pronounce it, but hello. Thank
Boon
you for the
Boon
double
is
thumb.
in. That's a new name. I haven't seen that one either. Good to see you. Thank you very much. John Robin is here.
Cool.
Thank you very much. Corin is our Facebook resident. Thank you very much for joining us again. Matt's What I Am's here. Oz Riley, the Relove Closet. Heaps of people in chat. Thank you everyone for joining us. Caroline's here. Both mums are here so we can get the show on the road.
Carolina. So
Tommy Bernhardt, eBay is watching. There's some interesting stuff going on over there today. So if anyone wants to go check that out on Tommy's channel.
I missed parts and I think I'm going to actually just watch it back while I work tomorrow.
Yeah, some interesting stuff. We won't get into that tonight, though. Tamara is in the chat. Thank you very much. Dirk's here. Good to see you. DBG. Leanne, good to see you. And Rory.
Okay, we're good. We did it.
I'm here for that gorgeous cat and info. Mostly the cat, though. Look. That's the reason most people come here is for the cat. So we did want to address something before we get started. Look, Mum Hustling is here as well.
Hey, Drew and Sarah. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it because
this is going to be our last live from the Red Couch. We've decided that it's time to make some changes. We want to mix things up a little bit. We don't want things to get stale. So we bought a new couch.
We're getting a new couch.
So we will be back next Tuesday for another live, but we'll be coming at you with a different background because we're getting a new couch on Thursday.
All things go well.
Sweet. Everyone's saying g'day to everyone, so that's awesome.
Heart-shaped love couch.
How did you know? He's in my head again. So
No,
Rack Raiders. Nice shirt, Space Jam. Whoop. What?
Yeah, we're getting a new couch, Ma.
Yeah, new couch. What a bit. Sarah's here as well. Thank you for coming. Someone was talking about my MJ shirt.
It's pretty good.
20th anniversary. Do enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
You don't wear a lot of colours.
No, I don't. Is the red couch Lucky's new bed? Well, it's pretty much a bed now, but we will be actually giving away our couches. So maybe someone that needs them for a man cave or,
pretty much
someone that needs them because they're not great couches anymore. The cat has gone to town on them.
Hot pink.
Hot pink.
Ballistic orange.
You scared me for a moment there.
He thinks he's funny.
I thought it was a little bit funny.
Oh, God.
We will definitely be back next Tuesday. We're not giving up that easy. So come back next week. We'll have another chat. But tonight we are going to be talking about bulk buys. We have picked up probably 6 or 7 now. So we feel like we've sort of got our head around what to look for.
Yeah, we like it. We rate it.
Some of the intricacies of doing bulk buys, what to look for, what not to look for, some of the hidden costs involved, where you can find these things. We do have a couple questions over from Instagram as well. So if anyone along the way has any questions, please drop them in the chat.
Hey, Grimes Fines.
Good to see you, Grimes Fines. Thanks for dropping in. It's good to see your name in the chat.
My mum says it's a new place for her to sleep. I'll allow it.
You know you've made it when you get a couch upgrade. To be fair, we've had these ones for probably like 7 years now.
These are secondhand, and we made them last because we're thrifty, but they're really done now.
Yeah, and we're actually, our second eBay store is paying for the couches.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do a little video on that because without the second store, we probably wouldn't be able to afford to buy couches.
Thank you,
So
eBay.
Thanks to eBay for hooking us up with a new couch. We've been waiting for this topic. That's awesome. I found $8 in coins. We should probably do some coin checks before we put them out for someone. Otherwise,
Magnet fishing the couch.
Otherwise, I'll be getting a free couch plus coinage. So,
Can't take my coinage.
if there's anyone in the Adelaide area that would be interested in a couple of couches for their like man cave or
outdoor
outdoors,
couches.
they're not really any good for indoors anymore. Hit us up. Happy to do them free. We don't want any money from it. We just hope they go to a good home. What you're winning? I found a bullet in their couch. Whoa.
Ain't no bullets in my couches.
Going to be an intense week.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
7 years is a good run for couches. Yeah, and that was secondhand, so I can't complain with that. Gotta be happy.
Okay, we've talked about the couches long enough.
Cara missed a start.
What are you doing?
That's strike two
Oh
right
my
there.
God. Hang on, I've got to write that down.
Georgina's
Strike
in the
two.
chat. Good to see you, Georgina. I think Georgina's going on later on with Lainey, I think, for a chat. I'm pretty sure it's on Lainey's channel.
Are we
Correct me if
gonna
I'm
be
wrong,
away?
Georgina. I did see your post over on the UK. So that was pretty cool.
Will we-
54 in the chat. So let's get this thing rolling before you guys get bored. So we want to talk about bulk buys and what we look for. I want to see Brad's review of the couch. I'll give you an in-depth review. Don't you worry.
Oh
Everyone's
my
fine. It's great to
God.
see you. Everyone's saying g'day. Live couch unboxing. That would be interesting.
Oh.
Anyway, let's get into the bulk buys. Good to see you, Aid. Thank you very much for coming. So we want to talk about bulk buys. We want to talk about, firstly, how we find them or what has led us to find them.
Okay.
And then talk about some of the places that you can look for these deals and what you should be looking for. We'll take some questions. We've got some on Instagram. So I guess in terms of when we're looking for a bulk deal, where are the places that we look for them? So we're always on Facebook Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick up some eBay bulk buys. So we'll probably go into a couple of those later on. Local marketplaces, Gumtree, Facebook pages, not Facebook Marketplace, and networking. I'd say networking has probably brought us 3 out of the 6 deals. So yeah, 3 out of 6.
Okay.
So I think it's really important to sort of be talking to people in your community, getting to know people at thrift stores and op shops, because that's led to one really big deal for us. Look online, look on Facebook Marketplace, have safe searches set up for things that you know well. So we've got them set up for like video games, ink and toner, R.M. Williams, which has been a great one for us. And if you see something that someone has, don't forget to ask if they have more.
The magic question, do you have any more? And I think that at least 3 of our big bulk buys, they weren't advertised as bulk purchases. They're things that we said, what else is there? Or what kind of like deal can you do if we just take everything? Which they weren't expecting.
No. Hollywood's here. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. We've got a couple more dropping in as well. This big deal is like, how do you declare this tax? We can talk about that as well. So do you have more? Opens up the doors. The last one that we did, I don't know if you guys have seen the new video that we put out, $450 into $7,000. So that was purely from one listing on Facebook Marketplace.
Hello, BCP.
Hey, BCP, good to see you. Sarah Bateman's here over on Facebook. So I saw one jacket for sale, R.M. Williams, brand new with tags, up for $50. I knew I could flip it for $150, $200. So I was like, hey, can I grab this off you? Just wondering if you have anything else available. And turned out this person used to be a reseller. They no longer deal in the stuff that we're dealing in. So they said, yes, I've got a whole bunch of stuff.
Hundreds, actually.
140 pairs of jeans. And we ended up getting them a really good price. So never hurts to ask. If you're at garage sales, ask if people have other stuff they don't have out, like video games, stuff that well, that's a really good place to start with bulk buys. We probably started in categories that we didn't know real well, but it taught us a lot of stuff really fast.
Learn quickly when it's in the boot of your car and you have to deal with it.
So in terms of, there was that question about tax. So I deal all my big bulk buys either via my PayPal, so I have a record of the sale. And if I'm doing it in cash, then I'll get like a ledger or a legal document set up where both parties sign, so they have evidence for my accountant when we go and see them, so that they know we've spent that money on a certain amount of items. We have also done in bulk buys, we do up like a contract as well to make sure all parties know what they're expecting to get, what they're expecting the price to be, so everyone's on the same page, there's no questions, and everyone knows what they're getting. So thanks for that question, John. That's a good question. Good to see everyone. Let's
B to the C to the P.
Do you have more? Is so much better than where did you get this stuff? This is true.
Don't care where you got it. Show me the rest.
Great advice. Buying in bulk is the way to go if you can. That's why I love storage units.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, Grimes Finds, he does a lot of storage unit. Pretty awesome channel over in the US. So
got the mystery with the storage unit.
Yeah, we don't really have that sort of mystery in Australia, which is why you probably don't see a lot of like storage unit videos from here, because usually they take everything out, they take a photo of it, so everyone knows what's there. So it kind of kills the mystery.
Yeah, if there's something good, the price goes pretty silly.
We've almost got one, but we missed out.
We did. It was intense.
Depending where it is, sometimes we store it in storage units. Sometimes we have it in other locations. Just depends on what room we have in terms of where it is stored.
And when you're buying bulk, that can be a hidden cost, because if you don't have the storage, or if you underestimate and you end up needing to rent storage, you've got to factor that into your costs.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into some of the hidden costs a little bit later on. Got a little bit of a list that we want to get through. What's your best sale to date?
The funnest or the biggest money, or the
most
margin?
Money we've probably made was on the Netgear switchboards.
Definitely,
we
was
sold
on the
two
Netgear
for $3,000. But in terms of like return on investment, it was probably that Zelda game that we sold for $900.
Yes.
Definitely.
I would say so. I'm so glad that arrived safely.
BCP has dropped Grimes Finds channel in the chat, so thank you, BCP. 69 people in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us so early on. If you'd smash that like button for us while you're here, that'd be awesome. Really appreciate everyone being here. Happy. Brad found some mystery drugs in one of his units.
Yikes.
So you do have to be careful of that.
Look out.
So I did have a bit of a list here, so I just want to make sure we're on track.
Oh, check the schedule.
What to look for. So when I'm looking for bulk lots, I'm looking for large amounts of stuff.
All right.
B, I'm looking at what the price is, and you can sort of get a gauge on who's selling it and what their other items they have, on if there's someone that is potentially going to know the full value of what they've got. If they've got a lot of listings on Facebook Marketplace, you can probably tell they're reselling stuff. So in those cases, you could still possibly get a good deal, because they might want to get rid of some stuff that they're not comfortable with doing. It's all about negotiation. But I'm usually looking for those listings that I can sort of tell someone's just trying to clear out some stuff. They're not really interested in like parting it out. But if I do find a good deal, I will always ask that question of, do you have more?
Sellers will usually understand as well that if they're going to sell the whole thing, they have to sell it at a reasonable price. We've also dealt with collectors, and that can be a little bit trickier because they have an emotional attachment as well.
Yeah.
It's a whole other ballgame.
Stay in your own lane. Awesome to see more international viewers on your channel. Yeah, it's awesome to see all these US and UK people jumping over and coming to say hello. Who's selling mystery drugs? Drugs are bad, okay?
Just say no.
I've dropped the chat there.
You dropped the chat. You dropped the ball.
That's so crazy about units there. My wife has been to Australia twice, and I can't wait to go. My top 3 places.
Highly recommend. Not the best for storage units, but good overall.
Dave's here. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I have no storage space, but if more bulk books came up for sale, I would buy them. That's kind of my problem, is because when something comes up, I jump on it.
Wants it.
I want to
'Cause
make
it's
sure
that
I get
opportunity.
it. Kyle's here. Thank you very much. Also, Jazz is pretty. Okay.
You're pretty.
Let's catch up to the chat. Flip and Sydney's in the house. Garoo. Good to see you. There's no scooting here.
No scooting.
Great place to be. So what we look for, we've just sort of spoken about how to decide on a deal. So I always look at if I don't know the item, then I'm going to do a lot of research. So I actually have a couple examples of potentially what I would look for and what I wouldn't look for. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should go out and jump on these sales because I haven't done enough research on them to make any idea of if they're any good or not. But these are the types of things that I would be looking for if I was to be sourcing off eBay. eBay is a hard one because generally if there is a good deal, it'll get jumped over pretty quickly. And there's a lot of like overpriced items. But I did want to share with you guys a couple things that I have found just looking today that one of them is worth looking at potentially after you do a lot of research, and B, one that probably isn't worth looking at because there just doesn't seem to be money in it.
Okay, I'm interested to hear why. This is cool though. So these are like live listings that are currently being sold.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this is obviously quite expensive. So this one's $13,000 currently on a buy it now price with an offer. So this is a bulk lot of auto parts, spares for Holdens, Toyota, Fords, Isuzu, Mazdas. So the way that I would be looking at this stuff is I'd be trying to find part numbers on a lot of this stuff. And I'd be looking at sort of something that I can find multiple of. So for example, this, I don't even know what that is. Complete clutch kit. You can see below there's some part numbers, 1052N. You should be able to find some comps on eBay for that sort of stuff. Same with this here. You'd be able to go through, sort of work out what's there, whether you can see your value in the stock that is available. You want to be sort of doing a decent amount of research. A lot of these fuel filters aren't worth a heap of money, so don't get caught up in like, oh, there's so much stuff there, there's got to be money in it. You need to know that there is value in this lot. So this is probably where I'd start to be looking. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Can I find some part numbers? Can I do some research? So this is like a closing down auto parts shop by the looks of it. They've got quite a lot of stuff here. So $13,000, if you work that out per item, I don't know how many are in that lot, but I'd have to say there'd have to be over 5,000 items there, surely. So you're looking at a couple bucks per item, but I'm not saying that's definitely worth it. You need to do your research. But those are the sort of listings that I'm looking at to decide whether it is something that I can make money on or not.
Do you always ask why they're selling? Because I know some places sell things when there's been like smoke damage or water damage that they can't.
Yeah, you want to be asking questions about this sort of stuff, whether the items are in good condition. There are some stuff that not in auto parts, but in other areas that may have expired and you might not be able to sell them potentially. Most times you're pretty okay on eBay, but you definitely want to be aware of that as well.
They're all just
72 in the chat. Thank you very much for being here. It's good to see you all.
We really appreciate it.
Do you agree easily with the bulk deals? Do you want to purchase, or does it become a bit of an argument?
It's not an argument. It's
definitely
a discussion.
Definitely a negotiation process. Now, in terms of what I'd be looking for on that bulk lot that I just showed you, I'd want to see value. I would want to see that $12,000. I would want to see in at least 30% of the items. So if I could see $12,000 in 30% of that stock, then I know that I have 70% of the stock left that I can make profit on after all your fees, your shipping, your any other fees like promotions and stuff. So I'm sort of looking at that 30-70 rule when buying in bulk, but you're not always going to be able to get those deals. Sometimes you're going to have to go 50-50, but you want a lot of good quality stock that's going to sell really fast for you.
I was going to say that's where turnover probably comes in. You're going to not be probably buying a huge bulk deal that's going to take a really long time to move.
Cara wants to go to Dallas.
Don't we all?
What do you search for on Facebook Marketplace? If you're okay to share, do you search pull, bulk, bundle? I have a lot of those set up. Liquidation, bulk, lot, closing down, all those sorts of things.
But we have also gotten quite a chunk of our bulk deals just from that one item, or from when we bought out the ink store. They had ink going $10 a piece.
Yeah.
And they weren't planning on selling all of it in a bundle at all. So
a lot of the time, if you're offering someone a chunk of money, it's really hard for them to turn it down. So either that with that ink deal, either they're going to try and sell every piece for $10 and $5, and it would have taken them God knows how long to get rid of all that stuff, or we could walk in, give them $4,500 on the table and say, we're taking everything. So if you're waving a bit of cash in front of people, a lot of the time that'll get the deal done. When we came up with the bulk gaming deal, that was a lot of back and forth. We also had Michael helping us out with that one. They started probably way higher than we wanted to pay. I think they wanted $37,000 to start with, but we worked our way down to a point where we were comfortable.
And that was really what you're getting back in lieu of that extra money is your space and also your time. I mean, they were going to have people coming to their house constantly and buying a few things. So even though they're getting less cash in the end, they're getting back a whole lot of, well, better lifestyle.
Yeah. A lot of businesses going into administration. And I think that's why it was a good time to do this stream, because there are potentially going to be some businesses that go under due to COVID. So there might be more opportunities locally in your area. Look at your local auction houses as well that do a lot of liquidation stuff. I'm always on auction houses looking for new deals. And I'll do research. So I'll spend 2-3 hours researching something if I think there's going to be money in it. So put in that extra work that maybe somebody else won't do, and might be that little bit too hard for someone else to research. So do the extra work, and you'll probably benefit from it.
DBG uses all those search terms and also wholesale.
There you go, wholesale. That's awesome.
Boom.
Gumtree is our Craigslist. Absolutely. You wrote into everything there. Yeah, they do. They actually own Gumtree. That's true.
Yeah.
We have Gumtree.
Sold as eBay in different guises. Leave Gumtree alone.
What is your eBay? Can we see what you're currently selling?
We currently sell a vast range of things.
Our eBay link is actually in the description if you guys are really interested in it. Please, do the right thing. If you are over there, don't sort of, do anything dodgy. But yeah, it is available for you guys to have a look at if you like. We sell a lot of games. We sell a lot of clothing. We sell pretty much anything we can flip for money, we'll pick up. So we like to diversify.
Those car parts will literally weigh tons.
Absolutely would, which is another consideration you need to work out. How the hell are you going to get that from where it is to your house? So that's a hidden cost involved. You need to work that out. Do you have the storage space? Do you have the equipment to facilitate the movement of that stuff?
We've hired trucks before. We've only done one freight before where we got the pallets actually driven over from Queensland. There are some good freight options though. It can be totally
Do you
worthwhile.
look into state for bulk deals? Absolutely.
Yes.
That games haul that we got was actually from Queensland. So we had to organize through a website called truckit.net. So you guys can head over there and check that out, truckit.net. You can put up there what you want to get shipped from wherever it is to your house. It'll send it out to all these people that can provide you quotes on getting stuff here. So I think that lot ended up costing us $1,500 inclusive of insurance. So for 4 pallets of crazy stuff, that's definitely worth looking into.
Yeah, we were really happy with that service.
I've dropped the chat again. We're gonna catch up. Sorry, guys.
Gonna rage quit.
I searched keywords on Craigslist like liquidation, everything must go, everything like that.
Yeah, more casual terms too. Tons of.
Shipped. He does indeed.
Yes, sir.
Have you managed to completely sell off a bulk lot you have bought previously, and did you get good profit margin?
We've gotten down to the bottom before and sold off the last bit as a chunk.
We've either listed everything and there's still bits and pieces floating around the store, or we have listed most things and got rid of the other stuff locally.
Come and pick up these 6 boxes.
I would say there's probably not one deal that every single item has gone, but
like listed and sold on eBay.
80% of those deals have gone, but they are still listed. So yeah. Let's jump through.
There's definitely never been a deal where we didn't make our money back and didn't make profit. That's never happened.
I cleaned out Lucy's room on the weekend and made $65.
Heck yeah. She's
catch
going to
up.
be so switched on when she's a bit older. She's just going to have that mentality.
Does the cat have a cool accent also? Only at like 2 a.m. in the morning when you're trying to sleep, she'll make some funny noises in your ear. So. Marvelous earnings. I'm new to your channel. Is this your full-time job?
Thanks for coming, first of all.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. So Jazz is now technically full-time because she's not working at the moment. I have a full-time job, so I'm doing it after hours. Luckily, now that Jazzy's doing a lot of it, I don't have to spend a lot of time after work doing it, but we still go out on the weekends sourcing. Obviously, we spend a lot of time providing content on YouTube as well. So it pretty much is a full-time job on top of my full-time job.
I'd say you're still doing full-time as well.
You can save searches on Grimes, and I get alerts all day long. Has anyone tried searching buttload? That'd be a good one.
Not yet. Well, now.
eBay store trolls, please, and thank you.
Yeah, don't be that person.
When are you getting a new hat? I do need to get a new hat, actually. I have one on the way.
It's still kicking.
This one's actually not too
It's
bad.
fine.
Do you have a second-hand dealer's license? We do not. So I looked into this when we first started reselling, and the areas that we are reselling, we don't need it in our state. So there are states that you may need that. A lot of that dates back to brick and mortar stuff. So
yeah, I think a lot of what we were reading was really specific to brick and mortar.
We'll need it. There you go. That's a good question. Let's jump back up.
Do check your state though, because they do differ.
I think most of the eBay stuff is pretty much fine. It's when you're at the brick and mortar stage that it's a bit more of a problem. Anything but loads. So now we've showed you that other screen. I want to show you one that I found that I probably wouldn't be interested in buying. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't money in this, but it's something that we have previously done. And yeah, we tick through them, but there's not huge money and fast turnover in this category.
What is it?
So I'm going to bring this one up and show you what I consider something not worth buying. There might be people that think this is worth buying, but for me, it's not really worth it. So
these opinions are the opinions of Brad and not eBay or YouTube.
Bulk load of lingerie, business clothes, prima donna, Freya, Panache, and Curvy Cake.
Panache.
Sure. So firstly, I've never heard of any of those brands. Correct me, anyone in the chat, if they are good quality.
That could be because you're a man who focuses more on men's clothing to sell.
I do want to say that we picked up a bulk lot of bras initially before we did YouTube, about 500 of them for like $1 each, and we've been selling them slowly for $20, or $20 to $25 actually. But they're slow moving. You have to really be on brand with this sort of stuff. So personally,
you think that's not going to sell?
There's brands that will sell, but for $10,000, that's a lot of money to invest in a bunch of bras. It's probably going to turn pretty slowly. A lot of, what does sell really well is bigger size bras on eBay, because
that is all we've had people ask for. So I guess it's quite size specific, the same as our jeans lot, which is a slower, like more longer tail turnover.
Definitely. So that's an example of a potential non-buyer on eBay. As I said, there might be some people that suits.
That might be like right
in
their niche. I was so interested to see what you were going to put up there.
Yeah, but for me, $10,000 to outlay on that sort of stock, it's not going to turn fast enough to get my investment back quick enough. So yeah, I definitely think there's stuff out there that you can find and make some money on, but you definitely want.
Don't bring it up.
Don't do that one. Don't do that.
We don't go there.
When she's being patted yet. Let's not bring that one up. So I've just jumped to the bottom of the chat. Bigger bras cost a fortune. So if I've missed any questions,
Gap
please
in the market
drop them in now, because I have missed a bunch of the chat. Who's got 10 G's laying around? To spend on bras. 81 in chat. Thank you everyone for joining us. That is amazing.
Well, like if you do have 10 grand, you're going to want to try to find the best deal you can get for 10 grand.
Yeah. If you got 10 grand that you're able to spend, there's probably better items out there that are going to sell better. As people are saying, big sizes do so well. So if you're into that and you can find like new good quality ones in the op shop, look them up, do your research, because they will sell. But buying $10,000 of bras is a huge investment for something that's probably going to sit there for quite a while. So
we still have quite a lot. That first picture where it was just all in tubs, it was a bit scary as well.
Yeah.
They did have all the ones with the tags on them, but man, if you can't see something clearly, I'd be scared.
Yeah, you definitely want to be able to see style codes. You want to be able to find sold items. You want to be looking at how many of those items have sold versus how many are listed. So if there's like 1,000 listed and 10 have sold in the last 90 days, your turnover on those is going to be so long tail. If there's 90 of those and 1,000 have sold in the last 90 days, they're going to be snapped up really, really quickly. So look at those parts of the deal as well, not just what you see in front of you, because it's not always going to be as good as it seems.
Yeah, it might not actually be those ones that were on the wall either. It could be all the stuff that has slight faults. I know that good mate Diary of a Flipper did outlay a little bit of money on some VHS tapes, and he was really comfortable in that investment, but later found out that they all had the guy's name scratched into the cover. Every single one. So it's just like there's always that little thing that could be wrong.
You probably could get those for 10K. I'm not personally aware of the cost.
Not looked into the cost.
What is the best category for bulk lots with 10 to 20K? My thought is massive retro collection. So that's what you guys have already done.
I mean, it's working out for us.
Hard to find. Yeah,
there's
so
a lot of different avenues you could go down.
The biggest two for us so far is video games and ink. If I ever find them, I'm jumping all over it because there's such fast moving stock. We will show you guys what we're up to with the mega haul in a bit, because we've already sold 120 items from that haul in probably 3 weeks. So that's been a really fast turnover, and we haven't listed like a quarter of it yet. So
no way. We've listed maybe like an eighth.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The flipper curse, that is a true thing.
It sucked, man.
Kara's asking if Matt's personally looking into the 10K improvements.
Oh, Lord.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about solving someone's problem. So when you're buying bulk lots, you need to think, what are you solving for the other person? So
why are you selling
just
this?
Offering someone a ridiculously low amount on a big deal is probably not going to get it done. So you need to tell them, what problem are you solving for them? So with the games lot, the guy was about to have a kid soon. He was having
on the way.
People come to his house buying 1 or 2 games here and there. He's not going to have time to do that when he's a dad. I would be very nervous about people coming to my house if I was a new dad as well. You don't know if you got a big stack of video games, you don't want them falling on the kid. And there was a lot of money sitting there for him. So the problem we were solving for him was we were giving his garage back to him. We were giving him over $20,000 to spend on his family, which he's going to need coming up with kids. And he didn't have to have people come to his house. So it's not always about what's going to work for you, but also what the other person's getting out of the deal. So try and factor that into your conversations. A lot of the back and forth on the negotiation on that was, look, I know there's value there, and we were pretty open about what we both thought the total value would be, but I had to explain to him, yes, there might be $100,000+ worth of games there. I have to list these, which is going to take us a long time. I have to pay 13% eBay fees plus around 5% promoted listing. We have to ship most of this stuff, and we're investing $20,000 into these items.
Plus freight.
So you need to, I think it's all about being open with each other, telling each other, where you're sitting at, what they're getting out of the deal, what's going to take up your time.
Explain why you're offering that amount.
Yeah, definitely. Do you worry that the computer haul may ruin your hobby of collecting them? Kind of make you... No, I'm not concerned about that at all. I am thoroughly enjoying it. Every time I open a new box, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. And I get to see all the stuff that I remember from when I was a kid. So.
He finishes work and then joins in drafting because he just wants to get into it.
Yeah, definitely. So what issue are you solving for the other person on the other end of the deal? Because that has got us across the line on most of our deals. The R.M. Williams bulk lot that we did, the newer tag stuff, they didn't want it in their warehouse. They needed some money for their Christmas appeal. So we were solving 2 issues for them in one deal.
Christmas appeal was a huge part of that.
Yeah. Do you worry? No, just said that one. Sorry.
Deja vu.
These the things you bring up while they're
Tied to a chair with their mouth. We don't talk about that, Matt.
That's our
coming up later.
extreme strategies in our advanced class that you can talk to us about.
I just want to say thank you real quick. There's 80 people watching, which means a bunch to us.
I think that's probably the most we've ever had. So I might have
83.
I'm going to screenshot that while we're live.
Really?
That's insane.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to just keep up the chat for a little bit?
Oh, look, I could try.
Really?
Oh, that's loud.
My goodness, Bradley.
There we go. Screenshotted. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
We made a big impression.
From the get-go to show him we weren't not wasting his time.
Yeah, I think that's a really big part of it, actually.
As soon as we went in there, we were asking, are you looking to sell the whole lot? This is what we can pay you for the whole lot.
We're serious.
We're serious about buying. And I think part of the thing that got us across the line there was he could see our presence on social media. So he knew that we were real buyers. We had Michael there to be able to explain what we were doing, what he was doing. So that was probably one of the easiest bulk buys. However, one of the most scary because of money involved. So
yeah, that was a big negotiation, guys. It's gone crazy.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. What's up? Long time listener. Every day 420. Thank you for dropping in. Thumbs up. I want to catch the chat here. One day you will get 1K viewers and forget it. That would be incredible, but I never expect that to happen. I'm thankful for every single person that comes along and joins us. So thank you, everyone.
We're happy.
We just gave you a shout out, so thank you for being here. DBG is ready to go. All right, so let's talk about our next thing.
What's the next thing,
Hidden
Brad?
costs. Hidden costs. So
this is what I bring up every time that you're looking at something.
We've sort of discussed this on every occasion. So do you have enough storage to store the items, or are you going to have to buy a storage unit or hire a storage unit for a period of time? Are you able to get the items to you with your vehicle, or do you need to hire a freight forwarding company, or do you need to get it posted to you? Are you borrowing money to get the deal done? Because if you're borrowing money, there's either going to be a fee at the front end or what do they call that? An amount of money that you have to pay back extra.
Yep, getting there.
So
it's on the tip of my tongue.
You're going to have to pay extra money on top, interest on top. So that's one part of it. You're also going to have to look at, do you need other types of items? Like I'd buy a pallet jack for that lot. I didn't have to, but I wanted to.
It helped.
Do you have to buy new shelving? Do you have to buy new boxes? Do you have to do everything? Is there other hidden costs that you're not thinking about off the bat? So you need to factor all those things into the deal when you're doing it.
I think you meant a deposit.
There you go. Well, at the start, you may pay an extra, but as you go, you may pay interest on specific loans as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. Just take out the couch, don't replace it, more space. There you go. That's my thought. To be fair, our couch that's coming is actually bigger than these two. So that kind
What do you mean DBG doesn't have a spanner? You lying.
She is spanner.
She's the
I'm
spanner.
Sure of it. I'm checking.
If you get a 90 Scooby-Doo voice, we won't get to 90. It's okay.
Right. DBG, I swear she was a spanner, but she definitely is now. So off you go, DBG. I'm more happy for you to do your worst. That's great video. Thank you very much. Interest, which I find rather
uninteresting.
I wanted to talk a little bit about getting a deal done and ways of protecting yourself. I'm confused. Anyway, so when we were talking about doing the bulk deal, obviously there was a lot of money involved with that deal. So we wanted to protect ourselves and everything we did. So I would never suggest doing direct deposit to anybody because that is very scary. You have no protection pretty much. So all that bulk deal was done through PayPal, and I paid the extra percentage to make sure that it was covered, which ended up being like another $300-400, something like that. Then I made sure that we had a contract in place.
Yeah.
So we wrote down what we were buying, how much we were buying for. We got ourselves to sign it. The person on the other end just signed it.
And they actually made amendments as well. So they added in
this will be
their
picked up
own
by this company.
stipulations.
This will be that.
Which is good because it shows that they're also serious and thinking about the process.
And I also requested that every party provide their driver's license details. So everyone had driver's license details of every other person. So if something went wrong, we all knew exactly where we were from, where we lived. We could go to the police if we couldn't get our money back through paper, even though we could.
Worst case scenario.
So we were trying to plan ahead for every possible thing that could go wrong. We had insurance on the lot through the freighting company. So you need to be able to put in place things that are going to protect you. Make sure that everyone involved in it is A, able to be found, B, willing to be found, and C, you're doing it by the right channels. So doing it PayPal, however you need to do it, via contract, anything like that to get the deal done.
The other thing you've written into a contract which really impressed me was when we did our ink deal and you wrote into the contract that when we entered the premises, all of the items inside became our property. And when we left, anything that we left behind became property of the previous owner again.
Yeah.
Which freed us up to just go in and cherry pick whatever we wanted and leave all of the rubbish.
That was a pretty sneaky
that was incredible.
Insert, but I made sure they were aware of that because when we were talking about the deal, I said, look, we'll come in, we'll take as much as we can. Anything that we leave behind, they knew were going to be their responsibility to deal with. So we were able to pretty much cherry pick what we wanted. Now, that's not going to always happen on deals like that. Sometimes they're going to want you to take it all. But if you can negotiate with them and get a better deal for yourself so we didn't have to dump all that stuff, then why not try it? It's pretty crazy if you can get those extra little things written into a contract. So
on paper, signed and cited.
Definitely. So if you guys have any questions, we do have a couple from Instagram. I'm going to take some water.
Matt says that IOUs are legit too. I didn't know that. We should have just IOU'd everything.
Yeah, right. That does make sense.
Matt.
That does make sense. All right, let's hit up what we had on YouTube. So Instagram. Driver Flipper says, what are some strategies for sourcing bulk deals outside of Facebook, eBay, etc.? So we talked about eBay and Facebook. We talk about auctions, so looking for liquidation lots or people clearing out their sheds, stuff like that.
In-store contacts.
In-store contacts. Op Shops has got us a couple as well. So there's definitely multiple ways of getting this stuff. Contacting liquidation companies. I actually reached out to liquidation companies before and said, hey, do you have anything on your books at the moment that you guys are looking to clear out? So there's plenty of ways to do it. It's just about dipping your toe in and building those connections.
And when we meet someone who might have something in the future, we actually leave them our card that says, we sell these things. Please contact us if you have good quality branded items.
So we've sort of touched on that as well. What do you find the best way in order to source out? Yeah, so we sort of touched on all of those, which is really good.
Facebook has been our jam so far for bulk deals. Auctions are great as well, but Facebook has really come through for us.
Yeah, Facebook has been awesome. Question, when are you going to market stills, trash and treasures? Because you should. We used to go to them quite often, but when we lived down south,
we used to go to Marion markets heaps.
There was quite a lot in that area. We definitely want to get to the Jeps Cross one sometime soon.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's been a heap open lately. So we'll definitely do a video on that coming up, try and get some market finds because there's some awesome stuff around.
We'll meet you there, Toby.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever come across someone not willing to sign a contract? No, both times I've instigated a contract, the other person has been willing to sign. So there's sometimes complications in people are trying to get around tax and stuff like that, but there have been ways that we have been able to work it out. So the person's not willing to sign a contract, the deal is probably not worth doing because
that's it. I
only instigate it on deals that sort of over that $10,000 mark because that's where I start getting scared. But you can set your own limits on that. If that's $500, if that's $1,000, if that's $5,000, that's up to you. But sometimes I don't feel like it's necessary. If I'm able to see the stock in front of me, then I don't really feel like a contract is necessary. If I'm buying from interstate or somewhere where I'm not really confident with, that's when I'll instigate a contract.
Yeah, when we've not been able to meet someone face-to-face or when they're a company that's closing and they're not going to exist after this, they will be uncontactable.
Yeah. You're so happy. Good to see. Thank you. That's nice to hear. We try. I've missed this. What's going on? Do you always ask the missus permission before a bloke buy? Or should us blokes just wing it? No, just wing it, mate. It'll be fine. I'm sure that won't ruin any relationships. We talk over all our bulk buys, and a lot of the time I have a very optimistic point of view on a lot of this stuff, and Jazzy will bring the like pragmatic, like, how are we going to store this? How quickly is this going to sell? How much money do we have in our PayPal? How much money do we
have enough money?
How are we going to pick it up? So having those conversations allows you to understand the deal better. And there's been a couple that, you know, I've really wanted to get done, and then after talking to Jazz, we've decided it's not the right thing to do. We don't have the money in the bank at the moment, or we've got too much stock. But probably 8 out of 10 times we'll be able to come to some sort of agreement on it.
I don't know if our dynamic would be different if I wasn't a reseller, if he was, you know, asking his partner. But when we're in negotiation mode, we're very much business partners.
Yeah.
And just, is it going to work or not? Is what it comes down to.
Toby's saying run a store. We probably should, because we have a bulk load of stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
I've got to be in the zone to run a store. Like, you got to pay, and then those intense dudes come and like raid your car at 6 a.m.
Does the cat have a say? She has the most say. She run
has
around,
the final
do
say.
bulk laps. Didn't know this channel was sponsored by the devil. No, good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Zach.
So the last little thing that we had before, we'll sort of throw it to chat about some questions, and we'll talk about a mega game haul, is controlling the market. So when you buy in bulk, sometimes you're going to be able to corner a market. So the reason that we went back in on the Aaron Williams lot the second time round was because we knew that if someone else got a hold of that stock at the cheaper price, they were going to be able to undercut us. So rather than that happening, we went deep into it, got a whole bunch of stock, but now we can kind of drip feed the market when we feel like it's sold enough. We can do a little bit of wholesale, so a few other people can get some benefit out of it. But we pretty much know what's going to be on the market at any given time, because there isn't a heap of these just floating around. We were able to buy so much at once that we pretty much cornered that market. So
there's the occasional womble who's flogging them off for $20 and ruining it for people. But we have so much of that stock, and we're able to actually withhold it and make sure that as we release it, we're still keeping the market value up there, which is helping everyone else who also sells them. Yeah.
So when we did the wholesale deals, we're sort of telling people what to expect, what sort of pricing they should be looking at, and how long they should be looking at before they're able to turn it, which I think is really important in wholesale, because wholesale can go really well and it can go really bad if the buyer doesn't understand what they're getting. So
yeah, it's a longer tail item, because to keep it relevant in the market and keep the price up, it needs to be longer tail.
I got in trouble bringing a full bag from Savers. Imagine. Wow.
It's tricky. It's tricky working from home.
Only 20 thumbs up.
No threats. No threats.
No point me asking the missus if I'm purchasing bulk. I've done the research and she doesn't have the resell in mind. Different if you work. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Flipper knows what he's doing.
I like he has the most sinister plotting look. She is dangerous, I tell you. Womble. I do love the look Kelly gives me when I bring home 10 boxes of VHS tapes. If I buy bulk,
Brad's gotten the look.
If I buy bulk, I'm not using the family money. I'm using investment money. So
do the accent. Do the accent. You can do
it. We off, please. I'll buy it if I see it fit.
Sneak bags through the garage.
Sorry to get off topic, but how are your postcards going?
We have a pin in Glasgow.
Yeah, so we got one from Glasgow the other day.
Yeah.
We've had a couple trickling through. We haven't really been promoting it.
No.
But if anyone would like to send us some further postcards now that COVID's sort of slowing down, please send them to PO Box 39, Surrey Downs S.A 5126. There you go. Now,
we love it.
That's sort of the I don't know, 8 to 10 points that we wanted to touch on tonight about bulk buys.
I've forgotten everything we said.
If you guys want any questions to be asked, now would be a really good time. We've got about 10 minutes to go. We want to touch on a few other things before we head off. We wanted to give you an update on the mega game haul. We want to do a little bit of a $5 thrift challenge update so you guys can keep track with that. But we also sort of just want to talk about what's coming up on the channel as well. So if anyone has any questions before we head off, please drop them in. What I might do is I might bring up the $5 spreadsheet while I'm talking in the background.
I've seen some amazing new additions to this spreadsheet today, and I'm really super impressed.
I'll just pretend that we're in the right area.
Okay. Fake it till you make it.
I wonder if I can get there without doing that.
Please hold.
That might work. Yes, that will work.
Yes?
All right, guys. So let's talk about the $5 challenge because everyone has been absolutely smashing that. There's some crazy amounts already up on the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen this.
I'm seeing if we have a Northern Territory pin. We do have a Northern Territory pin. We'd like some more.
Okay, so the $5 challenge. There has been some awesome upgrades. Frank has been dumping a crap load of time into this. And he has added total purchases in.
I love
total sales,
community total purchase.
ROI as a total.
Wow.
So if you guys are enjoying this challenge, he's also added in petting admin so you guys can see when we still have to check off your lists. Sometimes these are because there's bulk buyers. Other times it's because we haven't had a chance to do it on the list yet. Frank has put in a tip jar for himself. So if you guys would like to support Frank in what he's doing, obviously being a dad, spending a lot of time on this for you guys, jump over there, give him a couple bucks for his time that he's put in. It's not expected at all, but
if you would like to shoot over and drop in a tip for Frank, that'd be such a cool thing.
Yeah, his time is definitely worth it. We've chucked a little bit in for him.
Look what he's done.
So let's go through the top 10, should we? We're just sitting just outside at the moment. We need to get out and get some more items. So we currently have Cara, who's just nipped into the lead, an SA.
And a sent cat hair
Goddess
everywhere.
there. Currently sitting on top by a small margin over Drees reselling metal detecting. Luke Parker coming in third. Then we have another SA boy, Toby, in at fourth. Gary fifth. Judder's sitting sixth. So he's pretty much walking all over Rob at the moment. Rob would not be happy with that.
Oh, no.
Paul Brown is sitting at 7. Chelsea at 8. Donna at 9 and Jazz and Chris at 10. So we have how many people over $100? We have 16 people that have already passed the $100 in sales mark. So that's incredible. Everyone, keep smashing the $5 challenge. I think what we'll do is we'll do probably an update every 2 weeks, more of a live show about the $5 challenge, get people on, have a chat about what they've been reselling, because it's really fun to get involved with that stuff. If you guys haven't got involved yet, make sure you are logging your items and sharing the hashtag $5 thrift challenge on Instagram. And you're also able to send us any sort of footage you want to $5 challenge@gmail.com. So I've had a couple people send me some footage that I'm going to put into a compilation at the end. If you guys are out there and you want to take a 30 second to 2 minute clip, send it to that email address and I'll smash it all in a compilation towards the back end of it. I'll probably try and steal a few other people's stuff from YouTube that I've seen come out as well to try and keep it pretty interesting.
Steal people's stuff.
Drew and Sarah are top 20. It's nice to be in the top 20. Come on, New South Wales. We're still trying to get instant smell out of our second item.
No.
Cara, I want to see Cara's receipts. They have been coming through. I can guarantee that she is killing it. She has been sneaking out a lot more often than I would like her to be because, she's leaving us in the dust.
It's wild fast.
Have you ever thought about selling off some of your excess to other sellers like Rally Roots? We did do that wholesale a lot. We don't have a heap of items that we would be able to do that on. Most of the stuff we buy at sort of $8 to $12 and sell for $50. For us to be able to wholesale that on to other people, they're not going to make enough money. So,
yeah, we don't want to wholesale things where there's not enough to be made on the other end.
And we don't want to be giving people crap products. So the only products that we've put out there for other people to buy at the moment has been the brand new tags RM Williams lot, which people are going to make, 100% return on. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty much where we stand with it. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? As we grow and build, it may be something that we look into. But we want to make sure that if we do something like that,
you've got to do it responsibly.
Absolutely. Watch out, Thursday peeps. Looks like Toby's got a deal
So
up his
it's a
sleeve.
Football thing or a selling thing?
I'm not sure. Can we go busking and make money for the challenge? That is a firm no, Rob. It's probably about strike 2 for you on the tricking questions, I would say. Mum's off. She's had enough. She's out. She's done. She's sick of hearing about our couch. I've got my item but haven't loaded it. Jump on there and do that.
Show us.
The links are over on Instagram. We still have 81 people watching, which is incredible.
Wow,
Thank you so much, guys. Really
guys.
appreciate it. Please don't have me on again for an update.
Oh, please.
I'm going to get you on every episode, Maddie, because you
You're a
provided
star.
some comedy in relation to that.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Jennifer's in. Thank you, Jennifer,
Hello.
for popping in. It's good to see you.
Share workout in the streets. You know, when
Yeah,
I was
you need
little,
to.
I funded my rollerblades by busking, but people were paying me to stop.
That's what they would pay for me.
No, it was in a caravan park. They really needed us to stop.
Don't track me. I'm asking for a friend. Good morning, first time. Good to see you here.
Blood, Sweat, and Searle.
That's a cool name. You're a pro, Maddie. So 5 minutes before we'll head off.
5 minutes.
So next week we will be coming to you from our new couch. We will be back.
Mhm.
Sorry to build it up, but we thought we'd have some
Yeah,
fun
to
with it.
do it, huh?
Let's show everyone the Mega Game Haul update because we are doing
All right.
really well with that
All
so
right.
far.
We've got some sell-through happening. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe this way a little bit.
All right, you guide me.
So Mega Game Haul, we have sold 120 items so far, which is good for a total of 4,627.23, and we have an average sale price of $38.56.
All right.
And we had a $5 refund that we had to process because of some damage.
They disagreed with the condition.
So as you can see on the video, we quoted an average sale price of $20. So we're well ahead of that. We're at $38.56 right now. We've got almost 25% of our investment back without listing any of the boxed consoles, any of the actual consoles themselves. We've literally been picking box by box and just listing. So there's been some really good stuff in there. There's been some stuff we've had to load up, but overall we're very happy.
Hi,
the way that's
kiddo and
going.
mum. Thank you.
Hey, good to see you guys. I was chatting to Kiddo today. Actually, looks like he's got some cool stuff up his sleeve.
Oh, I bet.
Absolutely killing it in the music industry right now. So go over and check
exciting.
out Kiddo on all your major streaming stuff. So he's got some awesome songs. I really relate to a couple of them. So
Yeah, I know you crank them.
absolutely killing it.
It's pretty cool.
A strike for Flipper. Never seen Aaron Williams in Perth. That's interesting. I think Rob's picked up 1 or 2 pairs here and there. They are out there. I know that Frank's picked up a couple pairs. We are lucky in Adelaide that we have like a an actual outlet plus
Yeah, we've got
the factory.
here.
So we're taking as much advantage of that as we can for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's answer some question. Trash picking challenge would be pretty
Ooh.
sweet.
Yeah.
Which we found a Jordans and Reebok Cross NBA shoes, as well as a vintage Asics gel multifunction
That's
cleats.
insane, man.
Yeah,
Zach,
you
we
have
flipping
some-
good stuff is keen for a flip challenge too.
Yeah,
I think
that
it's
might be
happen.
something that Zach would be really cool to
Oh, he's the man.
get going.
Everyone's doling out strikes all over the place. Everyone gets a strike.
Late again. Thank you for dropping in.
Book
85 in the
Retro
chat.
Barn Australia.
Found a few RM. You're paying Matt to stitch me up, Hollywood. I found RM boots and clothes, of course.
Oh,
RM
the
boots
boots.
are amazing. And you can get them resold. So even if you find them in a crappy condition, people will still buy
People
them.
repair them.
Obviously, you don't want people paying huge money for crappy ones, but we've sold ones with literal like holes in the bottom of them.
Yeah.
So people still buy them.
Bind them.
So if you guys have enjoyed this bulk buy stream, please smash that thumbs up for us. We really appreciate everyone coming along tonight. 85 in the chat right now,
Wow.
which is a huge number for us. We really appreciate everyone coming.
Yeah.
If you guys are new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button for us as well and come back for our next show that we'll be doing live from the brand new couch. So that'll be pretty cool.
It's not red. It's not red.
It's not red.
If you're watching back and there's something that we didn't cover tonight, definitely drop questions still in the comments because we can come back and answer them or try to answer them or find someone who can answer them.
So drop us a comment below if you have any questions relating to bulk buys or you've enjoyed this stream or there's something you would like to see us do in the future, please let us know in the comments. Otherwise, tomorrow night we will be live, or I'll be live over on Rob's channel for the Punt Club.
Oh,
We've got a few of the boys together talking footy. Friday we have a pre-record going live. Myself, Cara, Jazz, and Kira all went out on the weekend.
Yeah, Pickers
Reseller
Junction is in that one.
So that was awesome. And Sunday, we have Wide World of Reselling on this channel. So we have a very, very busy week.
Wow.
So thank you, everyone, for the support. We really appreciate it. Check us out on Instagram at @TooAussieThrifters if you haven't checked us out there as well.
Yeah.
And we love to connect with you guys. So thank you very much. David's just dropped us a $20 super chat. So thank you, David. It's great to see you. £20. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
No message there, but I'll put a message in there. David is an absolute legend. He supports the community so much and works really hard for his money. So whenever David drops money like this, I always feel like guilty because I know that he does it for so many other people.
We'll put it in the giveaway fund because we like to do a YouTube giveaway.
We do.
Where we like hit a milestone or something.
Right. We'll put it in the giveaway fund. But thank you very much, David. Really appreciate that.
He's the most generous person we've met. It's wild.
Crowies. I don't know if we're going to have any luck this year after the weekend. That was pretty poor. David,
the football talk starts.
Only if you don't mention the Eagles.
Eagles.
Not loving it. Thank you, Megan, for coming. It's really awesome. Oh, Scooby he's giving me a super chat.
Does that mean that you have to do it?
That's almost a have to do it. I'm not even sure.
You could record it and send it just to Rob.
I could.
You didn't specify Scooby-Doo live.
I don't know. What do you reckon?
Thank you, Rob, for the super chat. We're going to take it and run away with it.
All right. Oh, Rogu? That's all you're getting. That's what $2.99 gets you. Right?
Oh my god!
Thank you guys. We really appreciate super chats, but they're not necessary. Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for all the love. Rudo.
We got to end this before it gets out of hand. Thank you, Flipper. You're making us blush, though.
I know, right? Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week on the new couch. Same place, same time.
Different couch.
See you later. Bye for now.